Huge day for these two clubs, the two sets of players, and indeed the match officials as well. The referee Jez Simpson in the centre there. This is the time these two teams just want the match to get underway.
Yeah, Steve, these are the occasions that you wish as a former player you could roll back the years, put your boots on and get back on that lush surface again. And it's a big occasion for both sets of players, but mainly for the fans. What the clubs have been through in the few previous years, it's been heartache for them. So one of these sets of fans are going to go away from Wembley Stadium as happy as they have been for many a year.
Let's confirm the team news for you. Luton, remember, are unchanged from those semi-final victories against Wrexham. It means that Fleetwood and Gray, who have 11 goals in the last 11 games between them, look to continue that form. Keith Keane and George Pilkington have won at Wembley in the Football League trophy in the year they were relegated. They were also part of the Luton team beaten in this final by AFC Wimbledon 12 months ago.
And Snod watch this afternoon is Andre Gray. Since his arrival at Luton Town, he's been exceptional. Plenty of pace about the lad. All right, people were saying he were a little bit raw, but he certainly knows and upsets defenders, and he knows once he's through, he knows where the back of the net is.
Well, York City do make a change from last season's Wembley winning team. Chris Doig missed that game, so he's back in the heart of the defence. Danny Parslow moves into midfield, and perhaps surprisingly, Patrick McLaughlin, their goal-scoring midfield player, is in double figures this season. The former Newcastle player drops to the bench, but their front three have all got goals. Matty Blair, of course, scored at Wembley a week ago, and Jason Walker scored the winner here in the FA Trophy final for Barrow a few years ago.
And Snod watch for York City is the number 9, Jason Walker. I'm sure he's out to prove one or two Luton spectators strong. Works exceptionally hard, just drifts off the hole as well a couple of times. Loves to get in and around the 6-yard box. So I'm sure the Luton defenders will have one eye on Jason Walker, the York City number 9.
Two captains, Chris Smith and George Pilkington, undergoing the toss with Jez Simpson. Which one of those two captains will be lifting that playoff trophy and taking their team back into the Football League? York City have had the proverbial Indian sign over Luton in recent times. Can that continue, or is it payback time as far as Luton Town are concerned? 14 points from the last 18 Luton secured to get into the semi-finals. They beat the team that finished second and closest to Fleetwood in Wrexham. Now can they finish the job, or can York produce another Wembley winning performance? And this would be the biggest of the lot. Fantastic atmosphere, so much to play for. There is no underestimating the prize on offer today and how much it's going to affect these two football clubs in very different ways. It will be Luton Town, 89 years, a Football League club, one game away from going back there, who get us underway. Remember, they haven't beaten York in 4 meetings this season. Is this their day? Here's Walker, you'll know when he's got the ball. Just brushed aside by Lawless. Here's Wilmot. Howes has gone outside of him. It's a very positive start from Luton. Just a little hurry from Wilmot. Cleared by Gibson. Pilkington in an advanced position. Handed away by Doig. Both sides like to play football. The pitch which we had a walk on earlier on. Snods were very privileged. It's in magnificent condition.
Absolutely, and as you said, Steve, both teams love to get the ball down and pass it around.
Here's an opportunity. Can you believe that? Andre Gray inside 80 seconds to give Luton Town a dramatic start in the playoff final at Wembley. Unbelievable opening. Ingham beaten, and Andre Gray, this incredible signing, scores his 7th goal in 12 games to give Luton lift-off.
Well, we talked about him before the game, Steve, and he's rewarded the Luton fans. Lovely little side foot pass, really, into the bottom corner. He's caught Michael Ingham just a little bit flat-footed, took it early, give the keeper no chance whatsoever off the inside of the post, and what a start. Just a lovely little through ball from Robbie Wilmot. As it's come through, little side foot, he's let the ball run across him. Oh, perfect into that bottom corner.
71 seconds into the Wembley showpiece. Andre Gray for Luton. Who could have scripted that? Incredible
start. Luton started very brightly, both fullbacks trying to get down each flank, and then just a little ball inside. Paul Buckle will be absolutely delighted. He's sitting there concentrating, but he'll be delighted.
Here come York looking for an immediate riposte, and they have a corner. Well, most people are still taking their breath. You saw Paul Buckle immediately get off the bench and just calm down. Don't get carried away. What a difficult one for him to take so early on.
Yeah, Gary Cantor and his team can't have got off to a worse start, and they've got to reply as quickly as possible.
Low from Chambers, didn't reach Parslow. Cleared by Asano for Luton. Pace of Gray again causing problems for Challoner.
Just got to be a little bit wary. York City have the pace of Andre Gray. Ball played over the top. Challoner did well really to match him, but what an incredible start by that boy in the picture there.
Andre Gray, the man that Gary Brabin paid £20,000 for from Hinckley United, who actually played 4 times in the Football League for Shrewsbury. Great start for Luton, says Ben on Twitter. It'll be 3-2 York. We do sense that that only goal might put us in for a classic here.
Well, let's hope so. So he started off great pace, great atmosphere around the ground as well. But we know, we've seen games all this season. There's twists and turns, and there's 86 minutes of this game left.
York have only lost one of their last 11 games in all competitions coming into this one. Here comes their throw. Away by Pilkington. Walker's volley. Then cleared by Watkins. Headed back by Doig. Another towering header from Pilkington. Keane had made the run forward there. Lawless couldn't find him. Blair. Neatly done by Matty Blair for York. Here's Walker. Chambers was trying to come in from behind there for York. Walker once more. Trying to play an intricate 1-2. It's come back to Meredith. Strong challenge by Asano. Meredith couldn't find a way through.
Yeah, defended well there, Luton. Kept good shape, good line. But it just shows that York City are well capable. Walker just drops off. He's an intelligent player. Just drops off the back 4 and allows the midfield player or his other striker alongside him to get him behind. But we've seen the early goal here. Robbie Wilmot, just a lovely little ball. What a finish that was. He had a little look up, ball come across him, he let it go beyond his left foot onto his right foot and just slotted it into that bottom corner.
Jonathan on Twitter, Luton went 1 down against York a few weeks back and lost it 2-1. Still a long way to go. Remember that York have only lost 1 of their last 10 meetings with Luton Town, but they're behind in the biggest of them all at Wembley Stadium. Keen for Luton. He thought about shooting there, Alex Lawless, and in the end he did have a strike. Former York player, remember, and a York playoff finalist with them too. Yeah,
and we've seen him score many goals from distance as well. He usually strikes a good ball, anything from 20 to 30 yards out. Didn't make a clean connection there, Steve, but the game started at a great tempo and a great pace.
Gibson for York. Jason Walker is offside. He didn't quite time the run there.
Yeah, he just went a little fraction too early, did Jason. Just great ball over the top. But as we could see, is he offside? I think he's onside. You look at the far left back. The left back is playing him on. I think Jason Walker's been so unlucky. I think the linesman got that one wrong.
Glenn Hart is the referee's assistant on the far side. Challoner. Oibanjo. Could have quite easily knocked them out of their stride, but it's been a fairly decent response from York City, Snuts.
Yeah, it has, and it's crucial that they don't give another goal away.
And here's Watkins, and that was deflected, and the power taken out of the shot. Comfortable for Michael Ingham.
Yeah, the movement of Luton at the minute is causing all kinds of problems to the York City back four. You've got Fleetwood, who I thought might have been the more central one, and Andre Gray, who we've seen play usually on the right-hand side on a couple of occasions, but Andre Gray's playing a more central role. And as I said, the movement from the midfield as well is causing 1 or 2 problems to this York City defence so early in the game, that is.
Jake Howells. Smith on the stretch, and that's a Luton throw. Here comes Gray again. And he's going for goal again. Michael Ingham, who has been here before with York, and was part of the team as captain that lost to Oxford. Under Martin Foyle by 3 goals to 1. Kept a clean sheet 8 days ago. We haven't one today, obviously, now. Dummy from Walker. Challenge from Pilkington. Key. Pilkington. Gray just barged out of the way on that occasion. And look at the 3 players up top for both teams. There's certainly goals in both teams today.
Yeah,
and here's Walker getting goal side. And he's got the cross in as well. Oibanjo, who got 4 from midfield 8 days ago to score here in the FA Trophy final, got goal side here too.
Yeah, a little bit worrying from Luton's point of view defensively. That's a couple of times now that Jason Walker, who's not the quickest, he's just making intelligent runs in behind the Luton defence. They've either got to go with him or they've got to step up a little bit earlier, and they're doing nothing at the minute, and Walker's got in twice now.
Mike on Twitter says York are not out of this. We've come back a lot of times this season. We have the talent and we have the passion. We certainly know about the York City spirit.
Yeah, that's right. They've got a manager there who is in picture now, Gary Mills. He'd be absolutely gutted with the first couple of minutes, but his side have responded well in the way that he would have liked them to. And as I said, there's a long way to go in this tie yet.
Gary Mills, who has so much playoff experience, particularly in his Leicester days as a player, where he lost out twice, but eventually was part of a Leicester team who won here in the playoffs to get into the Premier League. And John Challoner there taking the throw in. He's playing in his 4th playoff final at this level, and he's lost the previous 3.
Yeah, that must be soul destroying. It's nothing untoward John Challoner, who I think's a great professional. He's a good player, and is the tide going to turn for him?
He's also lost a semi-final as well, so in all it's his 5th campaign in the Blue Square Bet Premier Playoffs, and not one single victory to show for it. Kovacs with the header, who had a short loan spell on loan at York a few years ago. And it was Keith Keane with the challenge on Meredith.
Yeah, a little bit late by Keith Keane. That's what he's in there for. He's in there for his tackling. He knows that he was a little bit late on Meredith. Meredith just nicked the ball away from Keano, as they call him, the Luton fans. But he acknowledges that.
So Oibanjo to take the York City free kick. Plenty of targets in there. It's towards Smith, the captain. Pilkington's header away, and then the shot back from Challoner was deflected over the crossbar.
Was it going in, Steve? Challoner volley, probably 18 yards out. He's got a block, but as we see, it's just on the edge of the box. Not clear. I tell you what, Tyler was scrambling towards his right-hand side there.
Former York player Alex Lawless was the one in the way. It's a York corner. Floated towards the back post. Parslow and Smith were both waiting. Pilkington was there first. Back in from Smith. Appeals for hands. Referee says no. Back from Meredith. Kovacs away. It's a sustained period of York pressure here. Walker with the flick, and finally hammered away by George Pilkington.
Interesting, Steve, with the hand there. As the ball was about, he was bouncing about, little header there. I think the Luton defenders jumped up. There might have been an hand to ball there. As we see again, ball's bubbling about, little flick on. That's handball. That's handball. I'm afraid he's gone up there. People could question that. He's come off his knee. Could he have got his arms out of the way? It's one of them. You look at it and you think the referee could have get it, but he's not. Let's get on with the game. But his arms were definitely raised.
Good response though from York after that hammer blow after 71 seconds. Blair taking on Asano, who wins it back for Luton. Asano's throw over Fleetwood. It's come through to Smith, the York captain, who was in the team that was relegated from the Football League 8 years ago. Now Blair, tracking back from Stuart Fleetwood. Blair still has it, and it stayed in. Headed away by Kovacs. Gibson. Ben Gibson once more. Parslow. Chambers, now Challoner. Patient build-up from York. Yorker coming in! What a save by Tyler to deny his former teammate.
What a save, what an header. Acknowledgement as well from Jason Walker to his former colleague Mark Tyler there. Walker's done brilliant. Got up above Kovacs there, who's probably a foot bigger than Jason Walker in the first place. But a great header. It's come on, it's looping into the top corner. But what a save by, I think, one of the best keepers in this league.
York's third corner of the game already. Away by Pilkington, only as far as Walker. Lawless in the way. Just over hit by Meredith.
Just feel that Luton are sitting a little bit deep, just inviting York City on a little bit. Just think they've got to squeeze up a little bit from the back, and that pushes the likes of Keane and Lawless, the midfield players, into a further position.
Could be that old adage that managers use that you can score too early. There might be an orange army, but the Yorkshire chanting ringing out loud and proud. Says Jammers on Twitter. Smith. Wee Banjo ahead of him. Keane just brushed him aside and won it back for Luton. Flag has gone up. Andre Gray didn't quite time his run there.
He doesn't really need to make that run that early. Keane's got only that one ball really. Andre just should have looked along the line, pulled off a little bit wider. Yeah, he's just not thinking about it there. Keane should have probably just carried it a little bit further. But at the minute, York City have responded really well to going a goal down, playing some good stuff.
I'll be pleased with the response. Gary Mills, York were 15th in the Blue Square Bet Premier when he succeeded Martin Foyle 19 months ago. Already won once at Wembley 8 days ago. Can he be the man to lead York back? The sixth manager since they were relegated out of the Football League. Howells couldn't keep that in. Chambers just ran away from it. Cleared by Kovacs. It's all York at the moment. Challoner. Now Blair. Walker didn't really connect with it. Lawless was in the way. Cleared by Howells, only as far as Challoner. Headed clear by Kovacs. Picked up by Parslow. Luton just can't get out of their own half at the moment.
No, terrific play by York. Everybody's wanting the ball. Players looking very comfortable, passing it around, waiting for the opening.
Doig. Chambers. He's got it back from Meredith. 3 in the penalty area here. It's still Chambers. It's a York corner.
Yeah, they're having to do some defending at the minute, but I feel that's just they're dropping deeper and deeper and deeper. They've got to squeeze up a little bit, not invite York City on. But another chance to put a good delivery in and around that 6-yard box.
4 corners already. Luton have had any. Tyler stays on his line. Pilkington heads it away. Parslow first to the second ball. Doig. Fleetwood is chasing this ball here. And Doig with just enough. Cleared by Ingham. Phil says Luton should have scored. And they've sat back and stopped attacking since they got that early goal.
And I don't think it's a matter of sitting. Well, they are sitting back because I think they should squeeze a little bit. But let's take nothing away from York. The way that they've responded, I think that's the biggest compliment you could play York City.
Great turn from Walker. Now Chambers. Teasing cross. Cleared by Keane. Blair was waiting right behind him had he not made that.
Tell you what, Steve, that's a great delivery in by Chambers. Just needed more York City players in and around the box to go and attack it, but you don't get many better balls than that played in.
Asano. Years ago, Luton in the top flight of English football, and here they are trying to get back into the 4th tier in the Football League. And he's the man who's trying to lead them there. He's been a Wembley winner and loser with Torquay United. It's his third playoff final in only 5 years of management.
Yeah, he's extraordinary. Paul Buckley's done ever so well with what clubs he's gone. All right, a little lapse, you could say, with Bristol Rovers. Things didn't work out quite so well, but so far he's had a terrific managerial career.
3 years ago at this stadium, he led Torquay into the Football League. Snodin and I were here for that, and they beat Cambridge. A Cambridge team that contained Robbie Wilmot, who is one of Paul Buckle's players today. This is Adam Watkins. Jake Howells. Here is Wilmot. Still going. And that's what we call a committed challenge from Challoner.
Yeah, great towel. Robbie Wilmot running at Challoner with pace. Just overrun it. Give Challoner a little bit of time to put a timely tackle, a fierce tackle as well. Good tackle.
Keane. Run by Parslow. Gray, the goal scorer. Lawless. Banjo all the way back with him. Luton throw. Here's Keane. Here's Gray again. Might hit Doig. And the corner can't be prevented.
Just shows Andre Gray's not afraid to just move around, and as soon as he picks a ball up, he's always looking to have a strike on goal.
Maintained towards Kovacs. It was won by Pilkington. Cleared by Doig. Back to Pilkington. This is Fleetwood. And that's off balance and off target.
Yeah, never really set himself. Stuart Fleetwood, who's playing on this right-hand side, not really been in the game much so far. That's because of York's dominance, really, but just getting it onto his left foot, but never really threatened Michael Ingham in the York City goal.
Well, they're 1-0 up, but they will have been impressed with the opponent's response. That is for sure. And as I say, they've only managed to beat York once in 10 meetings.
But I'm afraid this is the one that counts, Steve. It's a massive game for both clubs.
Parslow. Challoner. Another patient York build-up. Challoner's gone on the overlap. And he was caught by Pilkington. It's a free kick to York.
Yeah, George, skipper there, Pilkington, thought he'd won the ball there. Challoner's gone through, played a little 1-2. Pilkington thinks he's won the ball. We'll see it here. Difficult angle to see whether he's won the ball. We'll see better from this one. Yeah, I think he's got a touch on it. Definitely got a touch on the ball. Probably a throw into York City, but great opportunity now from the position. The set play will come in. Likes of Doig and Smith will make their way forward, and if the ball's played into the right area,
some concern about Challoner here. He's back on his feet. His fourth playoff final with 4 different clubs. Hoping to continue this one. Can York conjure anything up from here? It's a deep one. Back in from Smith. Chance, 1-1. Chambers for York. Ashley Chambers gets the goal to level it at Wembley. It had been coming, and Chambers provides it.
Yeah, the pressure had been on, and what an emphatic finish it was from Ashley Chambers there. Ball just played. I'm not sure whether it was a free kick. I think Pilkington got a little bit on the ball, but then when the free kick come in, they had to defend a little bit better than that, Luton. Smith got a touch on it, then just played a ball back into the box. It wasn't closed down. Who's picking Chambers up? Nobody. Edge of the box, he just ran onto it. Is it Watkins who's supposed to be picking up? Is it Lawless, I think, that's supposed to be picking up? But what a finish. Did no chance whatsoever to Mark Tyler. And now we're back on level terms. And the game is on. Just look at his reaction. He's delighted. It's his team have deserved that. Since they went one down in the first minute of this game, probably they've been the better team.
And the Yorkshire Roar says it all. Here come Luton again. Well, we hoped it would turn out like this because both of these teams play on the front foot. They like to get the ball down. And we've already had a couple of goals inside the first half an hour.
Yes, it's been a cracking start to a game. Couldn't have got off to a better start. Goal by Andre Gray inside the first minute, or just after the first minute. Great response by York City. And now, as we said, the game's been flowing. Great finish there by Ashley Chambers to put his team back on level terms.
It was a foul by Jay Cowles, another York free kick. A real momentum with Gary Mills' side. Ashley Chambers, the man who played in the Football League on 6 occasions with Leicester before dropping down to York, looking to go back to the Football League with his new club. There was a foul, the referee's whistle had gone against Gibson. No chance to take a breath. Well, the referee actually wasn't happy, thought the ball was moving, Jez Simpson, so that's going to be pulled all the way back.
Yeah, they've done well there. Mark Tyler wanted to get a quick free kick underway and set his team away down that right-hand side. Yeah, I'm not sure. He must be disappointed. We watch this again. Does he get a touch on it? He does get a touch on it. I think it's a fair tackle. He's won the ball, and it led to this, Steve. Emphatic finish by Chambers, but I'm not sure about the free kick that was awarded. But then you've got to ask questions about the Luton defence. Can they defend that a little bit better than they actually did?
That was cleared by Gibson, came off away Banjo. Matty on Twitter says a Chambers equaliser will give us momentum for a Walker winner and get the terrace bouncing up the Minstermen. Gary Mills promoted into the conference as a manager with Tamworth, now looking to be promoted out of it and into the Football League with York. Meredith stopped by Pilkington. This is Wilmot. Watkins. And York back in numbers to win it back.
Got to get the ball out to Wilmot there. Watkins, he's bags of pace as Wilmot. Once he's gone through, once he's in behind, that's what defenders don't like to do. They don't like chasing back, especially chasing quick wingers as well. Just get it out to him and Fleetwood on this right-hand side as well, and see if Luton can get any momentum to this game, because at the minute it's all York City.
Parslow's header. Only his 9th game in charge today. He's only lost one. That technically was the second leg at Wrexham. He's had quite an effect, but he's back where he started at All Square. It's the York fans who are in better voice. Boyd puts that out of play for a Luton throw. Curtis Asano to deliver it towards that near post. Played by Chambers. There's a head injury here with Gibson.
Just a clash of heads there. Gibson, the left back, with Parslow. Don't need the treatment. As many of these non-league players don't see, they just get on with the game. Shrug the physiotherapy's off and say, let's get on with it.
Mark on Twitter says 2 fantastic goals, well worthy of winning a playoff final. More, please.
Certainly, 2 great goals. Andre Gray's first goal, great little finish, and then Ashley Chambers' emphatic finish. Yeah, this game continue in this vein because it's been a cracking half an hour so far.
Fleetwood. Keith Keane, of course, who has been at Luton since the age of 9. Challoner went all the way with him. Luton corner.
That's what we need to see more of from Luton Town. The both fullbacks, Mick Harfin mentioned them before the game, that both fullbacks like to get down and get inside the opposition half, and that's first time really we've seen Jake Howells get beyond Robbie Wilmot down that left-hand side.
It's a deeper corner, looking for Kovacs, and what a take from England. Came a long, long way.
Tell you what, as a defender, that's what I used to like my keeper to come in, being commanding. He's just got his eye on the ball. He must have been all of 12, 13 yards out. Eye on the ball. You don't get better goalkeeping than that.
Howells. Still Jake Howells. He scored a few goals this season, 5 of them. Predominantly from the full-back area, off target on that occasion.
He likes to get forward on every opportunity he possibly can. We've not seen him much going forward this first half an hour, but the last minute or so, that's twice he's ventured deep into the York City half.
Blair's header. Forward from Keane. Lawless. He played in a really York shirt in the final and they lost to Oxford. Joe on Twitter says this is miles better than last night's Champions League final.
And I totally agree with you, Joe, as well. It certainly is. Great tempo, great atmosphere. 2 sets of honest players aiming to win the big prize back into the Football League.
Fair challenge by Smith. Keane tried to power his way through. Keith Keane. Chambers, York's goal scorer. Meredith into Walker. Meredith once more. Putting Asano under pressure. Oh, there was a breakdown in communication between Kovacs and Tyler.
Steve, is that a free kick? I think it's centre-half. Kovacs got to be more positive. Can't look for his keeper in that situation.
Nervy moment in the Luton back line. Fleetwood. Now Wilmot. Howells. Still with Gray. Might still come through to Watkins. He's danced his way through. No real power and gathered by Ingham.
Yeah, we've gone from one end within 30 seconds to the other end. A little mix-up between Mark Tyler. I think it was more Kovacs, the big centre-half. Just roll it back to your keeper. Get on it. Roll it back. Could have been a free kick there. Could have been possibly a penalty. Don't know if it was just on the line, but just play it back to your keeper, and then all of a sudden a counter-attack from Luton, forcing him into a comfortable save, really.
Well, York have suffered a little bit of a blow. I mentioned that challenge earlier on Challoner. He's going to have to be removed. He hasn't been able to run it off. And Scott Brown, the former Fleetwood player, is going to come on into the centre of midfield, and it will mean Lanre Oyebanjo going back to perhaps his more recognisable position of right back. And it's huge disappointment for the man who's played in 3 of these finals and not won one. He won't be able to influence this one any further.
Yeah, big blow for John Challoner. He started the game ever so well, to be fair. When the free kick came about for York City, it was him that won the free kick. As I say, I'm not sure whether it was a free kick, but the way he went down, he must have done something to his ankle ligaments, and it's a big blow for him. As a player, that's the last thing you want. Disappointment etched all over his face.
So Oyebanjo to right back, Scott Brown on in the centre of midfield. Remember that Scott Kerr, York's Player of the Year, still unavailable through injury. He's back training again. Walker. Oyebanjo, no foul. Lawless for Luton. Only Gray ahead of him. He was looking for Fleetwood. Well read by Gibson. Well, we're on Twitter, says Luton need to stop slacking now if they want to win this. This is Doig. Meredith. He certainly knocked it around with confidence and assurance, York, in this first half.
Yeah, what the strikers are doing, Steve, they're just drifting off the back four, and the Luton back four are a little bit unsure whether to go into them areas and leave the self-exposed for the ball over the top, or do they just drop off and let the likes of Walker and Chambers come and get the ball, and Blair, who's on the ball now.
Matty Blair for York. Gibson. Dispossessed by Gray. Fleetwood's trying to stay onside. He has done now. And he will keep this in. Fleetwood for Luton. Towards Wilmot at the back post, headed away by Oyebanjo, then by Meredith. And one back by Chambers. As I mentioned, there were only 2 points that separated them in the regular season. I think they separate them at the moment, 6 minutes before half-time. Banjo's header. Howells for Luton. Now Wilmot. Better spell for Luton now. Gray. Trying to drop his shoulder, get the angle for the shot. Oh, and it could have fallen to Watkins. Put behind for a corner by Ben Gibson.
I tell you what, the boy Andre Gray's just got no fear. He just plays it off the cup. And what he does, he gets the ball, picks it up here, thinks, can I get on the outside of the defender? I think it's Doig. Yep, I can. Can I have a shot on goal? And he tries his luck from any distance.
Wilmot's corner. England's come a long way again. That 6'5" frame put to good use.
Tell you what, the last keeper that I used to watch coming out was Bruce Grobbelaar, coming out that distance out of his box. But that's great goalkeeping. As a defender, you just look at him and think, my keeper's going to come for this. It's in the air a long time. And that's 2 occasions now he's come and he's plucked the ball out. Very confident goalkeeping.
Sam Elliott on the non-league paper says, I've not seen a playoff final as high tempo as this for many years. I knew it'd be tight, but what a first half.
It has been. We mentioned the word tempo to the game, and it has. It's been non-stop. The referee's done a good job as well. Let play carry on. He's no physiotherapist really. Only for John Challoner that's come on the pitch. And we're 40 minutes into the game.
can sense the experience of Wembley. Winners 3 years ago in the Football League trophy. And their last visit, the most memorable of all, the 1988 League Cup final. They lost the year afterwards as well. And they came back to be beaten by Nottingham Forest. This would be one small step on the way back up the footballing pyramid. Asano. Useful ball. Banjo didn't get there, and Gray is left a little frustrated.
Oh, if he just could have got that under control. The way that Banjo went in, Gray was in behind. I think he had one eye on the defender as the ball was coming into him.
Banjo's throw. Blair. Meredith shifts it into Gibson. Wilmot's back with him. Gibson's little flick looking for Meredith. And back by Lawless. No quarter given. So much commitment and energy in this first half. Really, not a great deal of sign of tension, Snods.
No, that's right. They've both tried to play. York City have perhaps been slightly the better team.
Oh, that's a lovely turn from Blair away from Kovacs. He went for the cross. Blair still carrying on. And Tyler gets hold of it.
Tell you what, I think that Kovacs is having a little bit of a problem with the front two at the minute. The movement is good. Blair's done ever so well. Lovely little technique. Step over. And then he's looking for somebody to play it with. Luton defended in numbers, got bodies back well, and there were no opportunity for Blair to look up and probably pop one back to a midfield, on-running midfield player. Good play originally, but good defending by the Luton defence.
Banjo's throw. Chambers. Direct run from Chambers. Stopped in the end by Asano. Now Key. Wilmot now on the right-hand side. He's run away from Gibson. Another play by Watkins. Dan on Twitter says Hinckley players watching Andre from Magaluf. A reminder that it was the club where he came from, having dropped out of the Football League. He played 4 times for Shrewsbury in the Football League, and he's the perfect example of someone taking a couple of steps back to take some more forward. There was plenty who looked at him, and Luton eventually took him. And today, his 7th goal in 12 games.
Yeah, absolutely magnificent that he's done since he arrived at Luton. I'm sure the boys, his former teammates that are watching him out in Mallorca, will have 1 or 2 drinks as well, especially when that goal went in after the first minute.
Is that a place you know at all? Snods, Magaluf?
I've been there frequently, yes.
Any of our viewers who know Snods, you will know that the answer was most definitely yes there. 2 minutes of time to add on at the end of a pulsating first half. Parslow into Meredith. Stopped by Lawless. Now Howes. Nice move from Luton. It's still with Lawless. Straight at Ingham.
That's better from Luton. More. The passing were better, with crisper. Lawless from midfield getting forward. Little 1-2, and as we say, we've seen him strike many a ball. All right, either side could have been a better, but he's had a good strike. He's made yards, he's advanced into the York City half, and at least he's threatened Michael Ingham's goal.
Walker. lose that pace. Referee says play on. Stuart Fleetwood. Disappointing effort from him.
Yeah, Robbie Wilmot wanted the free kick, but good advantage played by the referee because it had got Fleetwood. He was running at the York back four. Disappointing finish. I think Stuart Fleetwood might be slightly disappointed where the first half's gone for himself and for his team, really, after such a bright start.
What a first half, and they still can't be separated. Gary Mills's team responding well after Andre Gray's goal after 71 seconds of this final. But back came York and Ashley Chambers on 26 minutes with an emphatic finish to pull them level again. And the two managers will have their final team talk of the season.